guys, it's Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and it's time for another hashtag video. So this is hashtag all about RWS, and this is put on by Ragged Poet and Two Spirit. So question number one is, what is my fave RWS clone and why? To be honest, for a true like Rider-Waite-Smith deck that I own, I actually own one. I have many other decks that are based in Rider-Waite-Smith, but I wouldn't say that they're a like exact clone of the original Rider-Waite-Smith. And so that is my giant Rider-Waite-Smith. So I've always had a hard time connecting to the imagery of an OG Rider-Waite-Smith. I like the system and all of that, but it's just, I don't know if the images, I don't know, maybe it's the coloring, and I've seen different, you know, colorings from different decks, but this particular deck, perhaps it's because of the ginormous size of it, but I like the colorings and I like the giant pictures of it. I don't know, I think it adds a little something something to the images, but I read really well with this giant deck, and actually I read well with giant decks in general. I don't know why. Maybe as like an artsy person, I love to see giant interpretations of artwork, and so this would be my fave Rider-Waite-Smith clone. Yay! And by the way, this one has the nice plaid backing. Okay, question number two is, what is my life path card and how can I relate? So I pulled from my Delos Tarot, which is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, and my life path card is the Strength card. And I would say that that is definitely my life, because I've been met with many challenges in my life, really big challenges, and I've always come out stronger in the end. And I think that I wouldn't be where I am now had I not had all of those challenges. Of course, at the time, I kind of wish those things had never happened, but I am a much better person because of it. And so my whole life has been based in being strong and coming out stronger and not giving in and all of that. And even physically, so mentally, I've come out very strong, and physically too. You know, I'm a coach, I'm a personal trainer, I'm all into fitness, I'm all about making my body strong as well. So I'm totally the Strength card. Okay, question number three is, what is my fave major and my fave minor? Okay, so also from my Delos Tarot, my favorite major is the Star card. I love how the interpretation is for me, what I get out of the Star card is having a base, a foundation. You're grounded and connected to the earth, but you're also connected to the divine and, you know, your higher self, your crown chakra, star chakra, all of that stuff. But you're kind of like the walker of two worlds, and that's kind of how I see the Star card, is having, it's kind of like temperance, where there's a balance, but you have a balance between your higher self and a balance between your earth self, and therefore you have a better ability to understand things that are happening on earth, because you have an understanding of, you know, up here, and then you have an understanding of, you know, the other plane, because you have an understanding of what's going on in earth in your earth school. So for me, I love the Star card. My favorite minor is the Four of Wands, because I'm always down for a party, but it's not always a party. How I see this, I also see it as stability, foundation, you know, everything, you're ready to start building and making, you know, things just happen. So for me, if I get the Four of Wands in a reading, I mean, it could be like a house party coming up, but it could be that, hey, you have laid the groundwork, you know, it's time to start building and, you know, get those passions rolling. Question number four is, do I prefer the Rider-Waite system over other systems, and why? I do have decks that touch on, you know, a couple other systems, and some decks that are even kind of Rider-Waite-ish. They kind of go on their own little systems, but I feel how I connect to cards best is with the Rider-Waite system. I don't know why. It's just it seems it's kind of, I guess for me, like using an Apple iPhone. Why do I prefer an iPhone over an Android or something else? I just find it to be a lot more intuitive to work with and easier to work with than, let's say, something else. So question number 5, what is my current stalker card? So I'm pulling from the Sansoraibito, and this is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has been coming up in my readings quite a bit. As I'm, building my business and all my side businesses and everything that I'm doing, it just seems like sometimes I hold back on doing certain projects because maybe I don't have the confidence to move forward in them, or I just feel like they might become epic failures, or I'm afraid how I might look to other people. And so that's when this Queen of Wands card comes up and says like, hey, you are the creator, you need to get this done, you need to put this out there, you need to nurture this. And it's kind of like for me, the empress to the passion degree, the work degree, where you gotta put it out there, because you don't know for sure how it's going to turn out. And so we do. And this is something that your soul needs to do. This is something that's part of your life's purpose and life's path, and you need to get it out there, whether it's an epic failure or not. This is something that you need to learn and grow from. And so when I get the Queen of Wands, this is kind of what I'm hearing from her. Question number 6 is, what are the cards that I look for in any deck that might make or break it? So meaning if when I see those cards on, the internet as I'm looking cards, because I have to see every single card before I buy a deck. I'm not one of those people that loves like mystery. I love mystery when it comes to birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. I do not love mystery when I'm putting my money down on something. I want to know exactly what I'm getting. So those 2 cards are the Fool and the World. The reason being is I love the World card. The Fool card is not really my favorite. So I need to see an image that really resonates with me in order to get the deck. If I see some kind of cheesy image in anything with clowns, I don't like clowns. I mean, if you go and watch a Simpsons episode with Bart Simpson when when Homer made him like the clown bed, and like Bart's sitting there like holding himself, can't sleep, clowns will eat me, can't sleep, clowns will eat me. Yeah, I cannot do decks with clowns in them. So yeah, so I want to see the Fool in an interpretation other than like an idiot, or other than a clown, or some sort of ditzy person. I just think this just like so cool. It's just like, yeah, almost like a Mr. Magoo, and the World card, I just I don't know, if I love those 2 cards, I'm probably gonna love the deck. I mean, I need to see all the cards first, but if I see these 2 and I really dig them, I'm probably gonna dig the whole deck. Question number 7, my first and last Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So like I told you, as a true Rider-Waite-Smith, I only have this deck. But if we're going off of like Rider-Waite-Smith-ish, my very first deck was Osho Zen. I know that this is kind of a different system than Rider-Waite-Smith, but some of the cards are very Rider-Waite-Smith-ish, even though it kind of goes on its own system. So I would say that this is my first one. Actually, it was my first deck. My last one would be the Sansoraibito, which I got off of Etsy, and I will put a link to the shop down below. And so this is actually the very last one I just got. Question number 8, how many Rider-Waite-Smith decks do I own? True Rider-Waite-Smith, 1, but if we're talking about RWS-ish, maybe 20 to 30. Question number 9, am I a book person, or am I an intuitive reader person? I am 100% intuitive. Yes, I've studied the meanings of cards, but when it comes down to in a reading, what is it that I'm feeling or that I see in the card, it's all going to come from my intuition, no matter what the meaning or the OG meaning is for that card. Question number 10 asks about the proliferation of Rider-Waite-Smith. So is this good? Is this bad? Do you think there's too many of them? I don't think it's good or bad. I mean, there's plenty of other systems out there as well. You know, and if Rider-Waite-Smith doesn't work for you, there's the Toss system, there's the Marseille, there's plenty of other systems that you can work with. And also check out decks that are quote unquote Rider-Waite-Smith, but you know, the artist or the creator has kind of put their own spin on things. So I don't think there's too many Rider-Waite-Smith, but me personally, I find it very intuitive to use, very easy to use. So I don't know, I think there are others that feel the same. And the final question, it says to pull from your favorite deck the question of what do I need to learn right now? So one of my fave decks, I have a lot of fave decks. I consider all my decks my babies, but one of my favorite decks is Le Tarot des Femmes Erotiques. So I'm going to be pulling a card from here, find out what it is I need to know or need to learn right now. Okay, what do I need to learn right now? What do my sexy babes need to tell me right now? What is it that I need to learn? Okay, here we have the fairy, change your perspective. So it looks like what I need to learn right now is how I am seeing things, and this is kind of almost like the hangman here. So maybe how I'm viewing certain projects that I'm doing, maybe how I'm viewing my work, maybe how I'm viewing my coaching, but in order to get myself out of a rut, I need to change my perspective on things. But actually what I'm feeling is I've written a book, and I have an artist in mind, and I'm in the middle of like working with this artist, but I need to change my perspective on the whole energy surrounding the book, from, you know, is this gonna make sales? Are people gonna buy this? To I'm doing this because this is something I need to create and I need to get out there, and it was a very healing book for me to do. So I need to change my perspective from will this make money to more you need to do this because you love doing this, you know. So yeah, so that's very good for right now. Alright, so that's it, you guys. Let me know if you have any comments. Leave that in the comment section below. If you guys would like to catch a groovy reading with me, then don't forget to look at the information box below for all of that. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. And I'll catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.